Hey everybody, and welcome to the Complete the Square review. This is something that you might have learned back in advanced algebra. Sometimes it's missed, but it's a special way of factoring that we're going to need in chapter 11, on and off. So what you do is you use this goofy little formula off to the side here, this b over 2 quantity squared, in order to make better trinomials that factor really, really nicely. So in this example, we've got this x minus 12 plus 11. Yeah, we can add two numbers, 11 and 1, and that'll add together to get 12, and we can factor just fine. But we're going to try to factor it in this fancy way. So what we do is we grab the x terms. So x squared minus 12x. And then we're going to add something. I don't know what that something is, so I just leave a little blank. And then the 11 kind of like sits off to the side, and we ignore it, and it's still going to equal 0. So we're just kind of like moving that stuff over so we can make a better trinomial that will factor a little bit better. So to do that, we use our little formula, that b over 2 squared. So our b value is negative 12, so we want to do negative 12 over 2. We want to square that. So that's negative 6. Negative 6 squared is 36. So we're going to put that 36 as our third number in this thing. Now we can't just randomly add 36 to one side. That would make it an unbalanced equation. So whatever you do to one side, you've got to do to the other side. So we also have to add 36 to our other side. Now, what's really nice about this factoring is now ask that same question again. What multiplies to be 36 and adds to be 12? Hey, it's 6 and 6. It's the same number twice. That's what we want. It's called a perfect square trinomial, where the number that is being multiplied here is the same number twice. Before, we had 11 and 1, different numbers. Now we've got 6 and 6. You might notice, you might notice it is actually what that b over 2 is, that negative 6. That's the thing that we're going to use in our factor. So this factors to x minus 6, and rather than drawing two separate parentheses, you can write just one, the little squared. We still have our 11, and it equals 0 plus 36, so 36. Now, that might not seem like a big deal, but it is a big deal for this chapter. Getting those nice binomials with a squared on top, that's the big thing that we're going to be looking for in our conic sections chapter. Let's do another one. So again, we can multiply 15 and 1. That makes 15, and they subtract to be 14. That's totally factorable, but I want to factor it in a very fancy way. So it turns out to be this thing. It's called completing the square, making it a nice square. So it's missing something. It's missing a piece of that completeness that it needs. But I don't know what it is. It's something, but I don't know what it is right now. We still got our minus 15, and we still got this equals 0. So this is kind of our leftover stuff. Now we want to use our little formula. So we'll go b over 2, and we'll square that. So that's 14 over 2. 14 over 2 squared. We've got 14 divided by 2, that's 7, and when we square that, we get 49. Now keep that 7 in mind, we're going to need that a little bit later, kind of like the 6 in the last one. I have 49. If I added 49 to one side, I've got to add 49 to the other side as well. All right, now that piece, that red piece, is going to factor really nicely. What multiplies to be 49 and adds to be 14? 7 and 7, positive 7 and positive 7. So it becomes x plus 7 squared. We still got the minus 15 equals, and then 0 plus 49. It's 49. And that's completing the square. It's an essential skill that you've learned before, and we're going to need it a lot during chapter 11. So if you need additional practice, look around on the internet, search up completing the square. But that's the nutshell of it. We're going to be doing this a lot this chapter. So let me know if you have questions. Thanks for watching.